Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Digital Business Podcast. Today we have a very important and exciting guest, one of the leading figure in the global digital payments landscape. This is Charles Lobo, Senior Vice President at Visa and Regional Risk Officer for Central and Eastern Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. We first met Charles last year at the Visa Security Summit in Dubai, and I'm very happy to see you now in Kazakhstan, in Almaty. Welcome to our country, Charles. And what brings you to Kazakhstan this time?
Thank you, Vitali. Thank you very much for that warm introduction. I'm so happy and so delighted to be here in Kazakhstan. We are here today in Kazakhstan because we are hosting our Visa Protect Forum. It's a forum where we have our clients and our partners attending to learn about all the new trends and dynamics in payments. Kazakhstan is a digital first economy. We can clearly see phenomenal progress in digital payments. And so it's so important for us to be here and talk about this vitally important topic about protecting digital payments, about securing digital payments, about the next generation of digital payments, and the challenges and opportunities that this presents for all of us. So it's my privilege to be here. I'm absolutely thrilled to come to Kazakhstan and see for myself all the exciting things that are happening in this market.
Welcome to Kazakhstan. And please tell a bit more about participants who join in this forum today.
So, this forum, like I said, we've invited our clients, our partners. We have the National Bank of Kazakhstan attending, a critical partner for us, an important player in the digital economy of Kazakhstan, driving the digital agenda for Kazakhstan. And
Do you mean commercial banks, financial institutions?
Commercial banks, financial institutions, the regulator, payment facilitators, all kinds of clients who engage with us, stakeholders who engage with us, are here today at the forum. And I can tell you, Vitali, because we organize many forums in many parts of the world. You've attended in Dubai, the Security Summit, again, a very successful forum. But Kazakhstan stands out. It's very rare to have a situation of a forum in which you have 100% registration, but 150% attendance because more people have come than registered. So it's so exciting for us because it shows the enthusiasm, it shows the energy, it shows the focus that our partners in Kazakhstan have on this vitally important topic.
Great numbers. And is it your second time in Kazakhstan, as I know, isn't it?
Indeed, my second visit.
Yes, it's interesting. How do you estimate Kazakhstan progress in terms of developing cashless economy, digital payments, e-commerce?
So my first visit to Kazakhstan was brief. I came for one day to attend the Digital Almaty Forum. And I was completely in awe of that forum. I saw youngsters from schools, from college. I was told that they get a complimentary day off to attend the forum. I saw technologies, I saw young people getting immersed in new technologies. And that gave me, even though it was one day, it gave me a phenomenal window into the digital momentum in Kazakhstan. Now, building on that, when I look at some of the key indicators of this momentum, it's impressive. The penetration of digital payments is in the high 90s. Again, a clear indication. 1 in 10 transactions is cash. 90% of the transactions are digital transactions. So these are indicators that show a really digital first economy, a digital first culture, a digital first way of life. It's so exciting.
Right, thank you for your opinion. It's very important for us, and it's interesting. What role is Visa playing in supporting this progress? And there are any standout projects or initiatives that you'd like to highlight?
Sure. So in Visa, we've been making sure that we invest heavily in technology and the latest technologies, and making sure that we bring that to the Kazakh market. How are we doing it practically? I'm so proud to say that today, our Kazakhstan office, we have an office in Kazakhstan. Our Kazakhstan office has grown from strength to strength. We are building our office as a hub for talent. We find that in Kazakhstan, in Almaty, we are able to hire very, very bright, educated individuals who come on board and can create tremendous value, not just for the Kazakh market, but for Visa globally as well. And so that's a very strong signal of our commitment to the Kazakhstan market. We have an amazing partnership with the National Bank of Kazakhstan. We have been partnering with them on the setup of the anti fraud center in 2024. We continue to partner with the National Bank of Kazakhstan. I've had the privilege today of spending time with officials from the National Bank, talking to them about a wide array of topics, from consumer awareness, consumer education, to protecting data, to strengthening the financial ecosystem. So, we are very proud of that partnership with the National Bank. We have tremendous business in Kazakhstan, very, very strong partners with our clients, the commercial banks. We see them growing their businesses, we see them developing their offerings for their customers. We are bringing to our clients and partners some of the latest technologies. In Visa, we have over 100 products and solutions in which AI is embedded. That's cutting edge technology. And
Yeah.
all of those solutions are available to our clients in Kazakhstan. Many of them are putting them to really, really good use. And that's what gives us so much confidence to continue to bring the best opportunities, products, and solutions to the market.
Great. That's nice to hear that you collaborate very closely with regulator and with businesses and merchants in Kazakhstan. Uh, Now let's move on, and I'd like to talk about the risks linked to digital payments.
Yeah.
This is your core area of expertise, as we know. I also really like the approach you use at Visa when it comes to managing risks. I believe it's called pessimistic paranoia, right?
You have a good memory, Vitaly.
Sounds great. Pessimistic paranoia. And as technology continues to advance, the problem of fraud is clearly growing. Yeah, and we're seeing that here in Kazakhstan as well. What are the key challenges Visa is currently facing in the area of security, and how do you plan to deal with them?
So, I'll give you a broad perspective on what are the trends in payment risks that we see when we look at it either at a regional perspective, which I'm responsible for, or at a global perspective. So, some of the key trends are as follows. One, we are in the era of AI. So, there is AI in every dimension of payments. We at Visa have invested heavily in AI uh, because that's what's giving us the power to do a lot of good things at scale, be it monitoring our network for bad activity or giving up clients products that are smarter, more intelligent, so that they can fight fraud themselves at their level. We've invested about $10.5 billion over the last 5 years in data and AI infrastructure. That's a
Incredible amount.
big number.
Yeah.
So we are in this AI era where we are investing, we are putting AI to work. But remember that the same technology is available to bad actors. the cost of technology and the cost of compute is coming down, the availability of technology and compute is going up, and bad actors have access to this. So there's a proliferation in more sophisticated attack vectors like deep fakes, like voice cloning, which are getting better and better and better. And so we are, you could say, we are in an AI arms race where the good guys like us who are putting AI to use and we are doubling down our investments there, but the bad guys are also doing that. So that's one major trend. A very, very key trend in terms of the trajectory of payments is this proliferation of the ways to pay. So there is, you know, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, the number of ways in which you paid were fewer. You could have a plastic card, or you could write a check, or you could go and put cash.
Yeah.
Now there is a huge number of different ways to pay. There's account to account, there's card to card, there is swipe, tap, dip, QR, uh, account to account, so many different ways to pay. What that is doing is the landscape of payments has expanded exponentially. And in that exponential expansion of the landscape, it provides lot of opportunities for bad actors to attack us. So the combination of these two factors, the fact that we have this proliferation of the ways to pay and the fact that bad actors are having access to unprecedented access to technologies, providing a lot of challenges to us globally in keeping payments secure.
So we can see
Now,
a democratization of fraud.
it's a democratization. Now, the flip side to that is the consumer. What is the consumer expecting? How is the consumer adopting these technologies? And how is the consumer responding to the challenges? So, we've seen that the consumer remains a weak link that is being attacked. And when I say the consumer, let me kind of pivot that and say not just consumer but people in general.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you why I say people. Yeah. So on one hand, when we've researched individuals in the markets, there's a very high level of confidence that they are able to spot fraud or scams. But still, more than half of people fall victim to the scams. Another dimension is Generation Z, which is today accounting for a quarter of the spend in our region, CEMEA region, and is growing rapidly. So in maybe a few years' time, it will be 35% or 40% of the spend. Generation Z wants frictionless embedded payment experiences. They are digitally inherent natives, so inherently digital natives. So they spend a disproportionate amount of their time digitally, in digital engagement, digital interaction, digital consumption. And they want, in their lifestyle experiences, they want payments to seamlessly integrate, and they don't like friction. So they don't like passwords, passcodes, they don't like challenge questions, all of that. So what that does is it poses a unique challenge for us because we have to cater to, this is the new generation we need to develop payments and solutions for. And we have to keep them in mind that they want these seamless experiences, but how do we provide the seamless experience? How do we provide the great consumer experience, but at the same time keep it safe?
Yeah.
So that's the third dimension of this challenge that we have, and this third trend that we see as we journey forward.
Mm-hmm. It's thank you for sharing with us these main trends, and um, I'd like to back to the AI topic because
Yes.
it's okay. It's the hottest topic in media now, obviously.
Yes.
But we know that Visa have a long history with AI. You've been investing in artificial intelligence more than 30 years.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
right. But as we see now, in the era of generative AI, Gen AI clearly a two-sided coin. Yes, as you mentioned, bad actors, bad guys can use it for fraud.
Yes.
But on the other side, it's interesting how you using and planning to use AI, the bright side of AI, to fight fraud and to stay ahead of emerging threats.
Mhm.
Maybe you can give us some examples.
Sure. So, like you said, Vitali, we've been in AI for 30 years. We've actually come through three eras of AI, as we like to talk about it. So, in the initial period, it was probabilistic AI. Then the second era was predictive AI. So, can we use models to predict potential outcomes? We are now in the era of generative AI. We've invested heavily in this space. Like I said, $10.5 billion in the last 5 years. We have over 100 products in which AI is embedded. But let's make it real for you now. So, how do we use AI? We monitor our network for bad activity. So, we are monitoring transactions at the network level. And we have uh, millions and millions of transactions flowing on our network every day. Yeah. So, if you look at the size of our network and the scale of our network, we connect 14,500 financial institutions to our network, 150 million merchants connect to our network. We have 4 billion credentials in use on our network. Those are huge numbers. What that means is the network is has immense potential for bad actors to try and attack, to take advantage of the network. And we do experience that, and we defend the network. So, just again to give you some numbers to put this in perspective, every month we defend 90 million attacks on our APIs.
90 million
90
attacks per
million
month.
per month. 340 million bot attacks we defend successfully on our network. How is that being done? It's being done because we have put AI to use. So the AI is working in every single transaction. We analyze every transaction on our network. We analyze 500 fraud parameters on the transaction in under 30 milliseconds. That's the speed at which I blink my eye. And we provide a score on every transaction to our clients so our clients can make good decisions of whether they should allow the transaction or prevent the transaction. So that scale that we operate at and the speed at which we operate, that's only possible because of the AI we have put to work. I'll give you another example in cyber security. I told you about the number of cyber attacks we defend and we successfully prevent every month. Cyber intelligence and events of potential cyber attacks, on a daily basis there are some 2 billion events that are out there as intelligence. How do we process that quantum of events? It's humanly impossible to process those quantum of events. So that's where we put generative AI to use, because generative AI can process that at a much faster, much more accurate rate, and it also learns as it goes on. And that's how we've been able to process those events and successfully defend these attacks. So these are real life examples of AI at work in Visa to protect the ecosystem, protect our network, defend against attacks on our network, and provide tools to our clients that have AI embedded in them so that the clients can make better decisions, like the score that I talked to you about. That score is called Visa Advanced Authorization. Every transaction comes with that score. We have something called Visa Risk Manager, which is a tool that clients can use in order to ingest those alerts, process those alerts, and take actions with their customers. Visa Transaction Controls is another tool that we give to our clients so that they can empower their customers to make decisions. If you're traveling, you can allow transactions in that country where you're traveling. You can shut off transactions from other parts of the world. So these are some very intelligent tools that we have.
Yeah.
AI driven tools that makes the life of our clients better and their customers in turn.
Yes, I see that AI is a really working tool, very efficient tool in Visa. But let's talk about people.
Yes.
As you mentioned before, people, customers are the weakest link, yes, in this chain
Yes.
of protection, chain of safety, financial safety. Uh, we can see that Visa regularly conducts research into users' behavior. Yes, and what were the key takeaways from the 2025 state security study, and how is Visa planning to respond to these insights?
Sure. Let me give you a little background to that, Vitali, on the Stay Secure study.
Yeah.
Stay Secure is in its ninth year. When it started in its first year, it was only in one country. Since then, it expanded to 7 countries, and I'm so happy to say for the last 2 years, we've been conducting the Stay Secure research in 17 markets in CEMEA. Kazakhstan is one of the markets.
So you covered all the region by this
Across
research.
the region, yes, in 17 markets across the region. What do? We go out and we talk to 6,000 individuals. We try and understand how they are responding to digital payments, how they are adopting digital payments. Do they understand the language of fraud? Do they know how to spot the signs of a fraud? How do they respond to attempts? What is their perception of the level of protection that they have, etc.? And we've been really successful at conducting this study. The 2025 study has shown us some key insights. Almost everybody who we talked to this year, close to 100% of them, said that they felt competent and smart at being able to detect the signs of fraud.
So people very confident
Very
in
confident
terms of fraud.
of their ability to detect it. Now, the flip side to that is that 86% of them would actually respond to the fraud messages when received. So there's a high confidence, but actually, when it's happening, there's a high potential of participating or becoming a victim. And then when we tested for how many have actually become a victim, 50% had fallen a victim to fraud.
Do you mean phishing links or maybe
Phishing
fake
links,
websites?
fake
Too good
websites,
to be true price offers?
to, yes, SMS messages,
SMS messages.
phone calls. You see, the language of fraud has been getting more and more sophisticated in its use by bad actors.
Yes, we can see it in Kazakhstan very well. Yeah.
Yes. Again, AI is playing a part in enabling the fraudsters to craft very, very good copies of, say, voice. So, voice cloning is deep faking. These are technologies which are available freely. And so, what Stay Secure is showing us is that confidence can be costly amongst people. There's always good news as well. 75% of the people we surveyed said that they intended to use digital payments more in the coming 12 months. And the same proportion said that they mostly or completely trust digital payments. So there's a high level of trust. Now, the warning for all of us, the watch out for all of us is that we can't take that trust for granted. We must do more and we have to persist in all the actions that we are taking in order to maintain that trust. Because trust is at the heart of payments. It's at the heart of everything that we do at Visa. Our investments are guided by building how do we build trust in the payments ecosystem.
Right. How do you think that gap exists between confidence and actual awareness? Yes. Why it's so huge now?
So, look, it's a human nature situation.
To be confident, to be self-confident.
To feel confident, I'll tell you another surprising statistic. Most people worry about their family and their friends falling a victim to fraud. So they feel I'm really smart, but I'm worried that my family member would follow it. It's human nature. So we have to think about all the creative and effective ways of how we can close that gap. Some of the things that we as Visa have done is we've taken the results of the Stay Secure campaign and we have created a public website a couple of years ago and we publish the results on our public website. So everybody can go in, they can see, you can research for your country, you can see for the results for another country. It's publicly available information. We also have created assets which can be used by our clients and our partners to drive awareness campaigns. So they can take those assets, they can conduct email campaigns or they can conduct messaging campaigns specifically to address these dimensions that we have picked up as part of the survey. I think from, just to wrap the thought, is that consumer awareness building has to move into a new realm where we are thinking about building more situational awareness. So, at the point of the transaction, how can you boost awareness that is contextualized for that particular transaction? So, can you include words in a message, or can you have in app notifications about transactions being attempted, which is relevant to the way people conduct their lives? You know that with this migration to digital, people are so comfortable using apps. They're so comfortable receiving notifications in apps. They're so comfortable keeping those settings on. So we have to think differently. We have to think, can we leverage these new behaviors and these new technologies and provide messaging and provide contextual awareness building in the time when the transaction is happening? That's one of the things that we are talking to our clients and partners about and seeing how they can leverage some of these ideas to raise awareness.
That's a very good activity, a very useful activity. And to close this part of the discussion, could you share a few simple tips for our audience? What should people do to avoid falling for scams and keep their money safe?
Sure. I love that question because the answer is very simple. There are a few tips and tricks. I wouldn't say tricks, they're just tips. One is your bank and your financial institution is providing you with the ability to be alerted and aware of what's going on with your finances. So, sign up for alert messages, use the technologies that the banks are embedding, such as transaction controls, review your statements online. It's so easy now. Every information is available in the online mobile app of the bank. Pay attention to it. Review your statements, review your transactions. If you find something is not okay, engage with your bank, sign up for alerts, be aware. The second tip would be, if someone is promising you something that is too good to be true, it's probably not true. So pause and think before you click, swipe, and move forward. Just a very simple tip. Pause and think, confirm. And the last thing, I will pick up on a tagline that you witnessed at our security summit: pessimistic paranoia.
Paranoia.
Yeah. We don't want people to be losing sleep over what they are doing. But by just following a few basic hygiene factors of staying alert, thinking, pausing, reviewing, you could you don't need to be paranoid,
But you should switch
but
on
you
your
should
critical mind. Yes.
switch on your critical thinking in the moment. And that has that is a technique that works irrespective of which type of payment you're making or which generation of consumer you are from. Yeah.
Great. That was a very useful list of tips from Charles Lobo, one of the greatest world expert in fraud protection and security, in financial security. Yes. Okay. You you told us a lot about very important trends and tools, but maybe you'd like to add something about uh, the hottest trends in our region, in CEMEA, in Kazakhstan, which you're thinking about of with your colleagues, because you are on the cutting edge of progress, yes,
Yeah.
and interesting your opinion, your helicopter view on what trends are very important for our region and for our country in digital payments in e-commerce.
Sure. So there are a couple of trends which are emerging and are going to be very important in Kazakhstan as well as in the wider market. One is uh, stable coins. We've done some work in the market on central bank digital currencies, but we believe in stable coins. Stable coins provide us a very good opportunity in which we could enhance the settlement process because they provide more faster ways of settling, more robust ways of settling dues. So that's a dimension that we are going to continue working on stable coins. The second one, globally, Visa has made an announcement around agentic commerce. I think that's a very exciting space. And when I look at a digital first and a digital forward country like Kazakhstan, I believe it's only a matter of time where this topic is going to become a very, very hot topic and a very important topic to focus on. And agentic commerce gives us an opportunity to really test a new dimension of how commerce gets done. Because what you're doing here is you are actually granting permission to an AI agent to conduct commerce and conduct transactions on your behalf. Of course, what's important is the the guardrails and the rules around that, so that customers and consumers are kept safe when engaging with this new generation of commerce. But it's a very very exciting space for us.
Great, thank you. And here's my final question. Your colleagues in Visa very often say that more than changed in the payments industry over the past 5 years than in the previous 50.
Yes.
Okay, and if we look 5 years ahead,
Mm.
what do you think the payments landscape might look like, and what should businesses, merchants in our region, in our country, start thinking about today
Yes.
to stay ready for what's coming
So I like to say the last 2 years we've seen more change in the last five than in the
in,
last five.
in the future 2 years?
No, in these past 2 years we've seen more change than in the previous five, and the previous five more than the previous 50. And that's indicative of the acceleration of the rate of change. So if I was to think about what's coming around the corner, clearly we've preempted that by talking about agentic commerce, because I think that's definitely going to be out there. Agentic commerce is in the near future, not the very far out future, in the very near future. I think the future is actually happening as we speak. It's happening now. It's so fast, the rate of change and the acceleration of change. So I think it would be rash on my part to say what will happen in 2 years or what will come in 2 years, because what I think is going to come in 2 years may happen in a couple of months. It's changing that fast. So the only thing I can say as a kind of guidance, or as we think about this rate of change, is to make sure that we are understanding what these trends are, how these trends impact our stakeholders, our customers, our consumers. What do our consumers expect in the context of these changes that are happening? And fundamentally, how are we embedding security and safety into all these new developments that are coming down the pipe? So, a core theme for us is security by design.
Mhm.
When we think of people being the weakest link, it is not to say that, oh, there will always be a weak link because of people. It is to think about, are we designing processes? Are we designing payment technologies? Are we designing engagement applications, keeping security embedded in our design process? Because if we embed security in our design process, then all the amazing cool things that we are building will be inherently safe and secure, and that's what customers expect from us.
Thank you very much for your answer. It's a really interesting time we have now. Yes, and it would be very interesting to go back to this question in 2 years, in 5 years, and to see all of these dramatically changes,
Yes.
drastically changes. Yes, Charles, it's always a pleasure to talk with you. It's very interesting. Thank you very much for our interview, for coming to Kazakhstan, and I wish you successfully continue with your colleagues, successfully continue to make digital payments more comfortable, better, and safe in Kazakhstan, in our region. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vitali. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Charles. Thanks.